What's up, guys? Ninja on a ninja. And this will be the third or the fourth response video to Rebecca Watson, who also has a little ship chick, skeptic. That's what it was, skeptic. Skip chick. Anyways, so the first video, she was wrong. The second video, she was wrong. And the third video was about something completely unrelated, and she was right. So basically, the way I actually do scoring is losses count as a point 0.5 towards your score, and a win counts as 1. So you have 1 and 1 basically. So uh, now, uh, pretty much, it's basically this video right here. How we will know if we will ever watch this lady again or not. Basically, or even if we do, we know that she likes to talk, and her logic part of her brain is missing, basically. But we'll see. So this is the decider. And again, when you are wrong, you get point 0.5, not to your wins, but to your score. So it's point 0.5 to her losses, basically, right? And so it's okay. She's -1 or negative point 0.5, and let's say she won one. Okay, so negative point 0.5 and 1. So instead of being 1 and 1, she's she has a negative of point 0.5 to 1. So she's wrong again. She has negative 1 to 1. So she has one more chance to be positive, basically. Because even if it's a negative, it still makes it greater than 1. And the whole point is to get to 2. Kind of. Like, not necessarily get to 2, is get past 1, essentially. That's kind of the idea. But that's kind of my scoring technique. Um, and I do that because if we were actually going to make it to where you need 2 points, then it would take you 4 wrongs and only 2 rights, basically. And what I prefer is that 3 wrongs and 2 rights pretty much are equal, right? Basically. Well, 2 wrongs and a right are equal. But that last half, or that last ring, basically is the one that matters, basically is my point. So it's wrong, right, wrong, even score. Instead of saying you're dead to the world, it's now you have your proof, and this is it. So here we go. I think I made that very clear, but there you go.
Hey, remember Adam Ruins Everything? It
No.
was that show starring Adam Conover. Personally, I never actually watched it because
Oh, I thought his last name was Ruins Everything.
I'm bigoted against this entire look. Like,
That's fake. He found a position in which he doesn't look bad, and so he tries to put that forward uh, to be his main picture. It's kind of like which one's my best side. You found it, and he's trying to make it seem like that's always his position, but it's always he's always facing the same way. But yeah,
all of it, the hair, the smirk. I'm sorry. I can't help it. It just awakens some ancient survival instinct in my lizard brain. But I still appreciate
you don't have a lizard brain. You have a bias, basically. Um, I know that because you're leftist.
That the show existed because the conceit was that this man, Adam, debunks a different commonly held belief each episode, which is obviously something that I appreciate.
You might appreciate it, but it doesn't make you and or it right.
Various episodes explained how vitamin supplements aren't necessarily good for you, that Christopher Columbus was a genocidal asshole, and how broken America's immigration system is, which are all things that I have
Oh, that's my doctor once again. Alright, I'm back. Now, that's how I feel about whatever I was saying. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
discussed on this very channel, which, makes me think that maybe I should reconsider my innate bias against white men with abnormally tall hair. After all, I met.
You're talking about fake people. There is no white man with tall hair. That's just an artificial look for an artificial person. And that's what you hate. And you're acting like that's a real thing, but it isn't. So you need to understand roots, baby. Roots.
Conan O'Brien once, and he was absolutely delightful. So
That's because he's a different person. You see? Same hair or whatever, but it's not his. I mean, it is his hair, but it's artificial. His look isn't real. That's not what you're getting, basically, is my point. This is why dating a guy who has a six pack and he's everything you wanted is probably a bad idea because he has a six pack, so you don't ask questions, basically. Because then you'll find out he isn't everything you want. And that's kind of what Conan and whatnot are doing, basically. They want you to kind of let him in without checking first.
So, Adam Ruins Everything ended in 2019. Let's check out social media and see
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right.
what Adam Conover is up to today.
So this is a bit of a different video for me. This tech company, World, paid me to come to their keynote in San Francisco so they could show me their new product. Apparently this product is kind of mysterious. It's been confusing the public, so they do not want me to endorse it. They just want me to ask questions about it, skeptical questions, and let you make up your own mind about it and hopefully help you understand what the hell it does. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to check out World's new product, the Orb.
Holy shit.
But the thing is, you're not me, so evaluating something you shouldn't do, especially when you fake who you are, so.
Shit, he's going to debunk crypto scams directly to the scammers' faces while he takes their money? This is incredible. Let's see him
You're a dumbass.
hammer them with those skeptical questions of his.
So you guys don't save any of the credential, any of the cryptographic hash of my eye. It's just on my phone. I noticed that when I opened the app, there's a lot of crypto elements. And it said that once I verify myself on the Orb, it would give me like $41 in a crypto token. What is the intent of that? But aren't you worried that when people open the app and it says verify yourself on the Orb and we'll give you $41, that people's reaction will be, why do you want me to verify myself so bad? Like, why are you giving me money to do this? And a lot of people see crypto and they're just like, that's a scam. And when you're trying to onboard a lot of people, it seems like that could be a barrier. Ian, thank you so much for explaining to me. I really appreciate it, man. Of course. Okay, I'm back in LA. My Orb venture is over. Final thoughts. I've been playing around with the World app. There is so much you can do with this app if you are into crypto. I am not into crypto. If you are, you might want to check it out. They also say that in the future, you will be able to log into Tinder and other services like that using World. Let me know what you're going to do. Are you going to get yourself orbed or not? It's entirely up to you.
Wow, such skepticism. Very hard-hitting journalism there. Okay, so he's genuinely taking money to promote something called the Orb. And he wants to know if I'm going to get myself orbed. No, Adam, I'm not going to get myself orbed because as fucking obviously dystopian as the Orb from World sounds just from your video, the reality is it's actually way, way worse. But yes, even what you can learn from that video is pretty obviously horrible. It's a machine that scans your eyeball and other biometric data in exchange for $41 in cryptocurrency so that it can then use your biometric data to verify your identity to various corporations. And yes, they have called this machine the Orb and their company World. Well, they're calling their company that now, but a few years ago, World was better known as WorldCoin. Oh, and before that, WorldCoin was actually the name of the product, not the company. The guy who helped create it was Sam Altman. Yeah, the OpenAI guy. And he envisioned it as a collectively owned global currency that would be given to everyone on Earth, provided that they submit an iris scan. According to the founders, the scan was really important because that's the only way they would be able to know for sure that every single person gets their fair share of WorldCoin and no more. So, how did they train the orbs to distinguish humans based on their irises? By exploiting people, of course. In 2022, MIT Technology Review conducted an in-depth investigation that found that WorldCoin had spent the previous years canvassing developing countries in Africa and Southeast Asia, offering the world's poorest people cryptocurrency in exchange for their eyeballs. A cryptocurrency that hadn't even launched yet, so nobody really knew how much it was going to be worth. And in some places, like Sudan, people didn't even have email addresses, so they had no idea what crypto even is. So WorldCoin operators bribed them with AirPods. And in Indonesia, they applied to teach a class on cryptocurrency to high school students, and then only taught them how to scan their irises and log into the WorldCoin app. The various forms and privacy agreements that WorldCoin had these people sign were often written in a language that they could not read. But WorldCoin did promise they would eventually delete this biometric data that they collected, which also included 3D body scans and other data, once they finished training their orbs. But security experts were skeptical that the company would keep their privacy promises and even that they could keep them. It turns out those experts were right to be skeptical because a year after the MIT Technology Review investigation came out, WorldCoin got hacked. Several orb operators had all of their credentials stolen and posted on the dark web, giving anyone access to the full WorldCoin dashboard because it didn't even require two-factor authentication. MIT Technology Review also noted that WorldCoin was doing scans around Europe, which was going to lead to a lot of issues due to the EU's strong privacy laws. Sure enough, as of last year, at least 14 countries on 3 continents were investigating WorldCoin for ethical violations like signing up children, as they did not only in that Indonesian high school, but also in Portugal, whose government joined every other EU country besides Germany in banning the company. So, here we are a year later, WorldCoin is now simply World, and they've convinced professional skeptic you can trust Adam Conover to tell his legion of fans that they should get orbed, if they want to.
So basically, this is just a small perspective into the world of influencers and their influence. Basically, what I mean by that is, hey, you have an audience of people, sell my product to those people or tell them to buy it, and I'll give you $50. And then some people sell out to do so. That's why the term sell comes from.
Because there's a lot of cool stuff on the app if you're into crypto, which Adam isn't. Also, the video he posted cuts away right before he actually puts his eyeball up to the orb, causing one to wonder if he's just not really into giving his biometric data to a deeply unethical corporation as well. Maybe he's just really into money. And I don't mean $41 of WorldCoin.
She's dumb. So we're gonna unfortunately have to watch another one because this one was inconclusive. It was more on the she's on the right track, but she took a small step in the right direction, as opposed to me. I could have, if I were her and I had seen this and I had wanted to make the video and blah blah, it would have been what I said: influencers and the whole world and market and blah blah blah. That's why they call them influencers, by the way. It's because they have influence, basically. And that's why they're trying to change the term from influencers into something else. So that you kind of, I forgot. Just like Jeff Sessions and Lindsey Graham, Steve Bannon, and I forgot his name again, Paul Ryan. Just like those names, they were common once upon a time, and then the second they found out, the left is completely different from the right, suddenly like, we better keep our names out of their fucking mouths because they're not as fucking stupid as everybody else that treated us like gods as we stole everything from them. The left is not as stupid. And the rules and laws and the fights and America and whatnot, it's all about your rights, and they're trying to basically make it to where you're not protected, so that they can be exploited. Kind of like how they're trying, for example, how people take advantage of your daughters, and how they're like 13 and then 11 or whatever, and they'll fuck your kids, basically. But there's a law, so if they get caught, they go to jail for a long time, basically, right? And that discourages a lot of people. Well, guess what happens if that law isn't there? Kind of like the law against murder. What happens when that law is not there? A lot of people are going to fucking do it, right? Because there's no punishment, and that's kind of how it works. And they're trying to remove rules and regulations and whatnot. And rules and regulations are there to keep people in check, basically. Well, some people are like, you're holding us back. Yeah, we're holding you back because you're a reckless piece of shit and you're going to break everything, and you better not fucking break everything, you motherfucker. Why the hell are we going to let a fucking bull into a china shop, you bitch? Like, come on, and that's what they're fighting for. But anyways, so she's right. But, again, she's wrong because it's a small step in the right direction. And influencers, and they're trying to change the name so that you forget that they're influencers, and you think of them as, oh, they're just streamers, and there's nothing crazy about it. Because influencers, when you hear that word and you understand what that means, it's pretty easy. Like, you influence people, right? Just like woke means, it used to mean to be awake. That's what woke means. That's what it used to mean. And it just still means to me someone who is all about the roots and staying true to the roots, basically, right? So when you're awake or when you're woke, it's just to be awake. Um, yeah, so, anyways, this is just bullshit. She realizes that it's bullshit, but she is a small minded influencer with a big audience. The same thing like a lot of streamers that are influencers are broadcasted because they may be entertaining, sure, but the thing is, they're stupid and they help spread stupidity, and that is what the rich people want the nation to be, is stupid and easy to take advantage of, basically. Loud mouth, but bows down to authority, essentially, right? That's what they want. They're trying to kill off people like me, or like Paul, or what the fuck is his name? Sean Paul, right? They're trying to ruin us or destroy us because we stand up to authority. We point out tyranny, basically, right? So, anyways, yeah, that's it. Take it all, keep it easy, have a good one, and if another video comes across that I need to about, then I will. So, anyways, I'm out. So, peace.